Hey everyone, I'm BB, and today I'm going to be talking about why Avatar The Last Airbender and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild are basically the exact same thing. Okay, now, I'm pretty sure you all know what these things are, but just in case you don't, Avatar The Last Airbender is a show about, well, the last airbender who can control air, and everyone, there's other characters who can control, like, the other elements, like water, fire, earth, but he's also, in every 100 years, well, not 100, just when the previous one dies. So every time the previous one dies, a new avatar is born, but into, a new nation, so it's like fire, and then air, and then water, and then earth, and then the cycle continues. So, Aang is the last of his people, and he's the Avatar. And obviously Breath of the Wild, one of the greatest games for the Switch, is a Legend of Zelda game, and you play as Link trying to save the world. But I did notice a lot of similarities while playing, like, the game and watching the show. So, I'm going to talk about why they're so similar. Although before we begin, I researched this to see if anyone else had made this video, and it turned out someone did. I guess I'll put their video in the description since, I'm talking about it. But just know I'm not copying them. Like, I had this idea before I saw that video. And I even did a poll on Twitter if I should still do this video, and everyone said yes. So, let's get into it. Okay, first off, as you all know, in Breath of the Wild, you can, like, go anywhere you want, but the main point of the game is to travel around the world, going to different cities and taming the divine beasts, which are big robot things that help you defeat the boss of the game. But the towns are very similar to the four nations in Avatar. I don't remember what they're called, but the fish people are basically the water tribe. Then the desert people, like the people that live in the desert, are basically the earth kingdom. And then the people that live in the volcano, the monster things that can turn into a ball, they're basically the fire nation. And then the bird people, they're basically the airbenders, the air nomads, that's what they're called. And they even have similar towns as well, the way they're structured. Like, the air temple and the air town, they're very similar. And the water town in Breath of the Wild looks almost exactly like the North Pole in Avatar. Like, wow, they're so similar. Also, he doesn't actually have, like, normal powers. He has to have this, like, device thing. But his powers are very similar to, like, the benders. Like, he can control metal, like Toph. He can freeze water to walk on it, like Katara. Also, he has a glider, just like Aang does, which is, wow. I'm starting to think maybe they watched this movie before they made this game. Movie? No. Forget the Avatar movie. Don't ever watch that. I'm sorry I mentioned that. Also, this isn't, like, exactly the same, but it's kind of similar. There are only, like, 4 dragons in the Breath of the Wild. There's the fire one, the electric one, the ice one, and then I'm pretty sure there's another one, but I don't remember what powers it has. And like in Avatar, there's only 2 dragons left. Iroh didn't kill them because Iroh's the best character. Don't at me. And he just couldn't do it. So he protected the dragons by saying he killed them, but lied to everyone. But I'm glad he did that. So that's kind of similar, but it's not the exact same thing. Also, the divine beasts, they basically represent, each element. Like, the camel, I know, like, after that you get electric powers, but, and Avatar, it's like, firebenders can control lightning, but in this scenario, the camel represents earth, the, elephant represents water, the bird represents air, obviously, and then the lizard represents fire. So it's exact same. And when you defeat the divine beasts, you get the powers of them, basically. Well, the powers of their masters, I want to call them, like the champions. You know what I'm talking about if you played the game. Also, there are also these spirit animals in Breath of the Wild that look exactly like the spirits from Avatar. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. There are spirits, like, in the spirit world, and then in the human world. So, they look almost the same. Also, even the worlds, like, on the map, look very similar. Like, not the exact same, because Hyrule's just one big landmass, while the world of Avatar is split up into, like continents, I want to say. But they still look very similar. And the music is very similar, too. Like, wow. Also, the biggest one, which I completely forgot to mention, Aang was frozen for 100 years, and Link was sleeping in their Temple of Resurrection for 100 years, and they slept for the entire war. And when they came back, the war wasn't over, but it was dying down. So that's really similar too. I don't know why I didn't mention that, because I remembered to say it, but I didn't remember to say it at the beginning of the video. Because I'm dumb, I'm sorry. So that's probably the biggest connection between the two. Also, this is optional in the game, but you can also travel around and, like, meet people, and, like, you can do mini quests for them, and that's basically what they did in Avatar. Like, they did little missions, well, I say missions, but they did little, like, helped people. Yeah, helped people. And it's very similar. Like, there's a lot of similarities between the game and the show. It's, like, really crazy, actually. I don't think they were intentional, but wow, they are so, so similar. Well, that's pretty much all of the similarities I know. If you know any others, let me know in the comments down below. I know this wasn't a Pokemon video, but if you saw my video last week and the week before, you'll know that I'm trying not to make that many Pokemon videos now, because I'm just running out of Pokemon ideas. I'll still make Pokemon videos eventually, it's just, I want to talk about other things now. So, I hope you're all okay with that. But, just let me know what you think of this video in the comments down below, and let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about, because I'll probably do it. So that's where I'm going to end the video now. I'm sorry it wasn't that long, but I kind of have a limit to how long I can record on this camera. So, let me know what you think, and if you don't have anything nice to say about Avatar Breath of the Wild, then they're going to get you. I'm kidding. And I'm Vivi, and I'll see you next time. Bye!